love you all. Now, I can't believe what has happened to you over the last 2 years. Can you believe it, Mark?
It's absolutely crazy, do you know what I mean? Like, 2 years ago we were only dreaming about doing this, and now it's all become a reality, you know, and it's just left us on the spin, really. It happened so fast, you know, it's like, if we expected anything at all, we maybe expected something to happen that would have been a lot slower than this, you know, and not as much in like such a short amount of time. But it's just, we've lost control of it. It's just like the band is just like going from strength to strength every day, and things are happening that we never thought would ever happen, you know, at least for another long time. And they're already happening now, so it's just crazy, you know, and we're very lucky, a bunch of lads.
How are you coping, Nikki, with all of it?
I don't know.
Can you sit back and ever enjoy it, or you're just so busy?
I think recently we have. I think the last year, after the 5th and 1 with Full again, we went to the States to try and work over there. We were over there for about 2 or 3 months. And then it was kind of back to work on the new album. And we kind of did it individually, so, you know, everybody got some time off in between. And in those times, you know, we kind of sat back, you know, back home in Ireland, and, you know, you kind of enjoyed, you know, what you've achieved a little bit, you know, 'cause some of us bought cars and did things like that. But now, you know, the new album, the new single, back on the road, it's straight back into work now, you know, and we're really looking forward to it, because, as I said, we've been away for so long. But I think, as well as that, we needed to get away. I think we'd been in a lot of people's faces for the whole year. You know, we were 5-1, and it was like, you know, we felt, you know, let's keep out of the way for a while, go to America, do the album, and now we're kind of back with a bang, hopefully.
Do you ever get a chance to relax, Brian?
Yeah, I think we do. When we finish in the evenings and stuff, if we're off early, we'd usually, you know, go to the cinema, go shopping. Sometimes when we get home, we play golf and even football. So we do get to do some normal things and relax, but, you know, that time doesn't really come very often. So when it does, it's precious time.
Can you believe what's happened to you, though, Kim, when you look back? I mean,
when we first started out the band with our first single, we would have been very happy to get into the top 10. That would have been a dream come true. But to have it go straight into #1 and then they just continuously follow is something that, you know, like, if you had said it to me a year and a half ago, that's what Westlife were going to do in a year and a half, I totally would have laughed. Like, I think all of us would have just went, like, yeah, right, whatever. But I just think that, you know, we've taken it now, we realise what's happened, and I think the one thing we're concentrating on is trying to make things better. I think that's very important for us, and keep our feet in the ground, I think, is very important as well.
Well, how are you coping with such fame and success, Shane? I mean, how's...
I think we're just very close band. We always have been. We don't think about it too much. I think if you think about your whole worldwide success as a whole, you might get carried away with yourself. But we kind of worry, like, when we're in the UK, we worry just about the UK. When we're in Denmark, we worry just about Denmark, or Asia, or wherever we are. So we kind of take it single by single, day by day. We don't worry about the future too much. We just hope for the best, and we don't look back. So I think that's what we do, I think.
Now, you're obviously close mates as well, but because you're working together, living together, all of that, do you ever want to get away from each other?
Yeah, we're all human beings, and, you know, that does happen a lot.
Brian doesn't want to get away. He obviously wants to know. He's happy to stay with you all day long.
You know, I love the gel we have together. I couldn't live without it.
Brian calls us all up when we're off. What are you doing today? Do you want to come out? I was like, no, Brian, go away.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
Well, I just think that, you know, it's important that we sort of take our own space away from each other when we get the opportunity every now and again, because, you know, it wouldn't be healthy for us to sort of, let's say, have a few days off and spend all the time with each other again. Cause
we don't even see Mark when we are working at night.
Where is he? What's he doing?
I think, though, to a certain extent, when we go home, myself, Mark and Shane, when we go home to Sligo, because we all have the same group of, especially me and Shane, we have the same group of friends, you know, and like we play golf, you know, we always end up going out to the same pubs together, we always end up going out together. I mean, and I think that's very good. I think with all of us, you know, if we have a night off, and say we're in London, we'll all go out together. We'll all go for dinner together, we'll have a laugh, you know, but at the same time, like Mark says, when we're apart, it's good to be apart. It's good to get that space.
Get space. When you go home, I mean, how proud are your family, your friends? I mean, can they believe what's happened to you?
They hate us, do they? They're getting bombarded. All our families are getting bombarded by phone calls. Of course, I'm only joking, but...
It is, I mean, you don't expect, whatever you're doing as a job, you don't want kind of your mum and dad to kind of live in the kind of same bubble that you live in. But it's hard not to. I mean, people come to our doors and they know we're not there, they know we're God knows where we are, and they just want to take flowers from the garden or knock on the whole door and actually video who's going to open it and stuff like that. And when you hear things like that, it does get a little bit kind of weird.
Like,
It's all happened to you so quickly, though. Do you think that makes it a bit more difficult or easier to cope with all this fame?
I think in a way it's easier sometimes because, well, difficult obviously because it's happened so fast, but easy because you don't have time to think about it. And I think that's good, and the fact that we're working so hard, we're travelling so much, that's the difficult part, I think. Do you know what I mean? Just being away from your family for a long time. But if you get home like every now and then, it just makes it all worthwhile. It's just...
But Shane, you were saying until you started, until a year and a half ago, you hadn't been outside of the UK. Now, how many countries have you guys been to?
I actually don't know. I'd love to find out. I'd say at least 70 or 80 anyway, countries, I'd say. Would we be? And the rest, yeah, probably. We've been like South America, North America, New Zealand, Australia, Europe. We haven't been to Soviet Union or Russia.
But that must be amazing for you guys. So.
It is. It's great because you get to see all the different, cultures and countries and climates and people and places and food and everything. You know, it is great. You know, not many people our age get to do that.
Now, can I take you back to when you all first met? And I believe you were called IOU. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
How did you all meet? How did it happen, Mark?
Well, myself, Shane and Cian were in school together in the same town, Sligo, and we used to do musicals like Oliver and Grease and Annie Get Your Gun and so on and so forth. And we used to sort of like have little sing-songs and stuff after rehearsals on the way home and stuff, and like at the after-show party type things and stuff, you know, we'd all have a sing-song and stuff like that. It was sounding really cool or whatever, so we decided just for the laugh to take it a little bit more seriously and like actually start practicing harmonies and actual specific songs that we wanted to do. And then it just went from there on to, we got to release a single just in that hometown in Sligo. And then we eventually got found out by Louis Walsh, his Boyzone's manager, and all that. And we had auditions, and that's when Nicky and Brian came in. They're from Dublin, so that's it. And it all started from there. Then we started looking for record deals, and we eventually got one. And
that was it.
That was it. Then just the start. Our pop and roll history.
Did you immediately all click? I mean,
we were really worried how we'd take to the boys because, for instance, like the three of us had known each other for so long, and we were kind of used to our way of living and our way of doing things or whatever, and we didn't know. They were from Dublin, you know, a different kind of lifestyle, different whatever, and we didn't know how to take them. But it was really cool because they came down and stayed with us for 2 weeks in our hometown, and we stayed up in their houses. So we got used to their families and what they like to do and stuff like that. So I think that was the best way to have done it. So it obviously worked.
The biggest showcase we're supposed to do, the very first one, and we were all like, you know, everyone was vibing us up, you have to be ready and this and that. We said, right, we go rehearse. So we went to it was a flat that me and Nicky were staying in Sligo, and we all came up, and about 10 minutes later, we were just all sitting there playing cards. And
he walked out, he got all fed up, and he was like, it's such an important showcase. We were like, yeah, I know.
We came back 10 minutes later eating an ice cream.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for part one of the show, but don't you dare forget to join us for part two. I'll be chatting more to the lovely boys of Westlife.
ShowBiz Weekly, and we'll be talking to Tanya for the rest of the show.
All as kids, I mean, you're obviously very young still, but you all grown up dreaming about being pop stars and things. I mean, you were playing football, weren't you, Nicky?
That's right, yeah, I played football with Leeds for 2 years. But I mean, even before football, I think, you know, my sister, who was like 2 or 3 years older than me, was always into bands like Bros and Aha years ago. And secretly, like, I could have looked at them bands and thought, yeah, I'd love to be a part of that. But I just never really did anything about it. I always thought football was... What's wrong with you? I always thought football was what I wanted to do, you know what I mean? And that didn't work out with me, for me. So I went back and, you know, my dad's in a cabaret band in Ireland. So he's the lead singer in that band. He was always kind of front of the stage and stuff. So I thought, well, we're going into the karaoke business together. Just gained confidence and ended up here.
Yeah. What about you, Mark? You'd always...
Yeah, I had always sort of wanted to sing around, but I never actually thought it'd be possible because we come from a small town, you know, and even going to Dublin was like a treat for me, if you know what I mean. So like trying to, I know it sounds a bit stupid to them lads that are from Dublin, but like it was like a bit of a treat to even go to Dublin. So I just honestly thought that I'd never ever have the chance. I used to love singing and stuff, but I never thought I'd ever, in my wildest dreams, have the chance to even, I don't know, even if I seen a local radio DJ, I'd be like all kind of starstruck or whatever. But I used to like always want to do it, definitely, and then it just happened. And like.
What about you, Brian? Who did you grow up listening to?
Well, I was in theatre school since I was like 4 or 5, so I've always been in theatres and, you know, doing kind of musicals and stuff like that. So I've always been singing, but I was always into Kylie Minogue and pop and stuff, and then I got into rock. I kind of changed. I started off with the Kylie Minogue and all those kind of things. And then I got into like rock, like Guns N' Roses, Nirvana. And I had the long hair and the smelly armpits and stuff. And it kind of started to change. As I got older, I started to get into pop groups like the Backstreet Boys and stuff.
And who were some of your heroes when you were growing up?
Believe it or not, I was a heavy metaler growing up.
Were you?
Yeah.
Big time.
I used to play guitar in rock bands. I used to play guitar in rock bands. We were called Pyromania. Well, I mean, I think it was all fun. I mean, it was all part of growing up. Because I did a lot of musicals and stuff like that when I was younger as well. I always wanted to be on stage. I always wanted to be part of musical groups because I started playing piano when I was young and playing guitar when I was young as well. So I always wanted to be part of a musical group. And then when I met Shane and Mark and we started doing the musicals together, Shane actually said to me one day in school, do you want to join a boy band? And I was like, boy band? Get away.
And he slagged me the whole way down the road, like really loud, so everyone could look at me and go, I was like, no, I'm not.
I was playing in a rock band. I was playing in a rock band at this stage, and he wanted to put the boy band together to win against into this talent contest that my rock band were in. But it was quite funny. But I think just we came second. My brother's band actually beat us. I think that definitely I personally think I was always made to be on stage in some way or another, whether it was big or small, it didn't matter. I always wanted to be on stage.
Do you ever get nervous when you go on stage, Shane?
I think we do, yeah. Sometimes it depends. If we've like a big huge TV show and it's going out to like X million amount of people or whatever, sometimes you will get nervous, yeah. But it's kind of like not second nature to us now, but it's kind of like we enjoy it kind of so much now. It's like number one, it's our job, and number two, we love it. So we go onto a stage and we don't really care about we don't think about like how many people are watching. We just want to perform it and enjoy it and get the best ever for ourselves. And if we do that, then people will enjoy it.
Ronan give you a lot of help, obviously advising you and about sort of image and everything.
He did at the start of the band. I think when we began, before we released our first single, he advised us a lot on people to work with and stuff. But as we started to take off and our first single came out on our album, he kind of slowly drifted away. Because I think he started to do his own solo career then, so he was quite busy, and we started to come into our own as well. So I think when we started to get on the scene, we were kind of learning for ourselves. I think it was better that way, that we kind of got to experience it ourselves and learn for ourselves, and it kind of matured us a lot quicker. So, but he did help a lot at the very start, yeah.
To work with Mariah Carey, it's you that was really wanted to work with Mariah Carey. Is that right? Is that how the single came about?
Well, not because I liked her. We met her and
it was Mark's birthday present for us.
yeah.
Brian, how generous.
The higher yard for the
What was it like working with her? It must have been wonderful.
To be in the studio and just look at Mariah Carey at the mixing desk was like, wow. Well, it worked out really, really well. I think the whole 2 or 3 days for us was amazing. To go to Capri and to work with somebody, who sold so many records and stuff. And it was amazing because there was loads of TV crews to do interviews, and they were all knocking at the door and coming in, and their agents were coming in saying, like, we really have to do this interview now. And usually with us it's like, okay, we better go on this interview. And Mariah was like, no, we're not ready. We're recording a song. You wait. So it was quite funny, actually.
Finally, guys, you all have a great attitude towards your fame because it's happened to you, in a huge way. What do you think helps? Do you think it's the friendship you have?
Definitely. I think it's the bond we have between us.
One line the other for there to knock them back down again.
Exactly.
Who's the bossy one?
Keane. Am I that bad? You're not bossy, it's just...
I like to think he can...
He's always the one that's kind of focused, especially when it comes to working days. He'd be the most focused and kind of like, come on, get together. When we're having fun, he's always like,
Come on. Don't stop the fun though. That's
come on, lads.
It goes deeper than that as well, though. It's not just the five of us. I mean, our parents, our record company, our families, people around us have been absolutely brilliant towards us.
Especially Tam.
Like none of us come from like multi-million billionaire families or whatever, so we were brought up to be really grateful for everything that we got, no matter what it was. Anything from like, I don't know, a pair of socks to a new bike to a computer or whatever. Like we were 100% grateful for everything.
Mark's dad invented the plaster, he's lying.
Could you see yourself ever doing what Boyzone do and doing solo?
Long time.
Yeah, a long time away. We're only, as Keane said, we're only 2 years into it now, you know what I mean? So we want to, we're on our second album. We hope to do at least 5 or 6 albums together. So we're going to stay around probably for a lot longer than people think, if people want us. But maybe after that, yeah, who knows?
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for this week's ShowBiz Weekly. I hope you've enjoyed it, and a very special thank you to my wonderful guests.
Thank you to Tanya. We've had an absolutely great time. Come and see us.
And she's our best dressed female still.
Definitely.
Oh, thank you guys. What can I say? You're going to sing us out the program?
You give me strength. You give me hope. You give me someone to love, someone to hold. When I'm in your arms, I need you to know I've never been this close. See you later. Bye-bye. Take care.